Casey Boland's joining me. Casey is with Hang Ho Capital Management. And Casey, over the years, you've talked about the dangers of sort of chasing performance from time to time, that by the time maybe you see something, by the time you get on board, the run could be over.
That's right. We've seen this with hot mutual fund managers. In one particular case, a mutual fund manager over a 10-year period of time, the fund averaged 18% per year. But when you look how the typical investor performed, the flow of their money in and out of the fund, I know this sounds wrong, but it actually had been negative 11% per year over the same 10-year period. Now, that's an extreme case. You see that, and this happens with very aggressive mutual fund managers. That's very extreme. But it's interesting. This is not a trend that you just see with those cases. You also see this with index funds, too.
All right, so what happened? How did that happen?
Well, Morningstar covers data on a lot of different funds, and when you look at the Vanguard 500 index fund, and you look over the last 10, 15-year periods, the Vanguard 500 index averaged 7.3% per year, but the typical investor averaged 5% per year over that same time period. So you're giving up 2.3% per year on the table, and over 15 years, similar story. The Vanguard 500 index fund averaged 5.4% per year, while investors, as reported by Morningstar, in that same period averaged 3.2% per year, 2.2% per year over a 15-year period.
So how do I guard against that?
Well, you have to keep your emotions in check. I mean, that's the real issue oftentimes. It's putting money in and pulling money out, and because it can cost you huge dollars, and it's the emotion, it's that herd mentality when you react to the market, when you decide to get in, but probably at the wrong time, and then when things are not going well and you get inundated with phrases out in the media like, I've seen this movie before and it doesn't end well, oftentimes that's when investors decide to get out. You have to keep those emotions in check.